Welcome, my darlings, to another exciting episode of I'm Here for the Podcast. I'm going to leave you with a thought today. I want to challenge you to dare to be different. I'm one of your co hosts. I'm Tia.
And I'm Tori.
And I'm your girl, Trina. And welcome back to our third episode, ladies. We are moving right along. Can you believe it? We're on episode number 3.
Yes.
I can.
All this hard work is paying off, ladies. I think we're doing a good job. I'm like, let's just reflect on the episodes that we've already recorded. Me personally, I went back and looked at the episodes after they were already released. I actually hate hearing my voice, so I didn't want to go back and judge anything prior to it being released. So I went back and looked at both of those episodes, and I'm like, nah. A couple things for me. I felt like Just Hilarious on her first week at the Breakfast Club. Like I needed hooked on phonics when I was reading my dang on deliveries. I'm like, girl, you can read. Right. Stumbling all over my words and everything. I was like, oh Lord, I would have never been like, release that. What is going on? And then another thing, I'm like, where is your eyebrows, boo? You need some brows on your face. I'm gonna need you to color it in, fill it in, something. So today I came prepared. I got brows. You hear me?
There
I'm ready
you
for
go.
these
There you
brows.
go. And you look good. You look
Thank
good.
you. We all looking good.
You know what? But you have to be real with yourself and be honest with yourself to critique yourself. And baby, you came through today, Trina and Tori.
We all looking good. We all looking good. What anything that you guys found, or did you go back and reflect on the episodes yourself?
Oh, heck yeah, honey. I don't know how I got the recording up my nose. Like, what? Everybody's saying, oh, my nose hair is greeting them or whatever. But you know what? This is only our third show. I'm not going to beat us up because I know where we're headed to, and I know what's going to be the official outcome of all of this. So I'm excited about it.
The bigger picture is what it's all about.
Exactly.
Right. And for me, I notice I say a lot of ums and ahs, but you know what? After a while, the more I do it, the less I'll do the ums and ahs. But I am going to be myself, and I will get better.
That's it. That's all we can ask, right? Be better than we were on the previous episode.
That's it. We're all new to this, but we are going to stay true to this.
Absolutely. So don't beat us up, audience members. We learning with your presence. So we just thank you guys for continuing to tune in for the I Am Here For podcast. Yeah. Today on episode 3, what we're planning on doing is giving you a little bit of additional information about us. Personally, professionally, who are we? Who is each individual co-host? So when you hear from us or us voicing our opinions, you'll know, okay, I understand her background. I know where she's coming from. So I understand her relay, right? So if you guys want to go ahead and get started, I don't mind kicking it off since we're already in the midst of the conversation. Again, I'm Trina. I'm your girl, Trina. I am a woman of many hats, right? Like we all are, and not just us, our listeners as well. We tend to wear many hats, but I would say that first and foremost, I'm a child of God.
Amen.
I'm a wife. I'm a mother, a daughter. I'm an analyst for a major incorporation. I'm an entrepreneur and a friend. And now I've taken on recently a new role of being an empty nester. So it's a lot that comes with me, a lot that I'm going through and trying to figure out, especially with my new role as an empty nester. But just to kind of like elaborate on a few of my hats, being a child of God. Self-explanatory, right? He's the head of our household. We pray all the time as a family. My husband has a daily text ministry that he sends out to us, our daily bread, so that we're fed before we even start our day. So God is definitely at the forefront of our lives. Being a wife. God blessed me with an amazing man who is a great leader, a coach, a mentor to many. He's helped to raise our boys up to be assets to society and not liabilities. Praise God.
All right.
I'm so very thankful for him, and the road in our relationship that we've traveled, up, down, good, bad, high, low, whatever the case may be, we're still just trucking right on along.
How
A
many
mother.
years? I'm sorry. How many years have you been married?
I've been married since Jesus was a boy.
And he's
This
still
will actually,
sustaining you.
and still, this will actually be our 22nd year of marriage.
All
And how
right,
long have you guys
amen.
been
So
together?
yeah, we are. Yes, we are trucking right on along. Yes,
Good.
ma'am. It's a lot, and it, like we've mentioned in our previous episodes, re- sustaining a relationship is work, but it's all about what you put into it that makes
That's
it pleasurable, opposed to being like a job, right? So, yeah. Other hat, I'm a mom. I have a total of 4 boys. I have 2 bonus sons and 2 that I actually gave birth to. All of them are amazing, awesome young men. I am so thankful to have walked through their different personalities. Everybody's different, but at the end of the day, they're all like their dad, if that makes sense. From their conversations to their personalities, their mannerisms and everything, it all reverts back to that man. So they're good
go. So you're the
boys.
queen in the house. That's good. And they're going to watch, take over and
Absolutely.
watch their queen. That's good.
Exactly. And they're very protective of not only me, but they're in their relationships. And be it their friends, their girlfriends, whatever the case may be, they're loyal, right? Things that we've taught them. And
Important
just good
quality.
all around good young gentlemen. So I'm thankful that God put me in their life as their mothers and gave me the opportunity to even be involved in them being born and all of their future endeavors. I'm an analyst. Like I said, I work for a major incorporation. I've been with the company for 14 years. It's a great company to be employed by. I'm very thankful for the opportunity and everything that it's afforded my life, right? So, that's definitely a good thing. A lot of hard work and a lot of growth and promotion still to come.
There you
So working there, yeah, gonna keep that moving and going. Um, I'm an entrepreneur. Back in 2018, I started my own company. It has definitely been talking about ups and downs and roller coasters and hills and mountains that you have to climb to keep it going. But your girl won't give up. I'm gonna keep on fighting the good fight and reinventing the company if necessary, whatever it takes to keep it profitable and something that I could potentially hand over to my children and that they could grow.
There you go. What type of business is it, Trina?
It's a trucking company.
Okay, good.
A lot of hard work, And, with the whole situation with COVID and everything, when business was good, it was good. But when business was bad, good Lord God Almighty, it was
Are you still bouncing
bad.
back from it?
I'm sorry.
You still bouncing back from it?
Oh yeah. Still bouncing back from it. And you know what, Tia? I would say that I'm in a stage of reinventing.
Good.
What's
Okay.
next? There's so many different
I like that.
avenues and different ways that you can make money in the trucking industry. So now I'm all about the reinventing phase. What is it that I want to do next?
The
When I
next
was out there,
level.
yeah, exactly, running the loads and everything gave me visibility to so many different areas that have a need, from owning a trucking lot, right?
Okay.
Trucks have to park their cars somewhere,
Right.
right? In that same space, can you put some food on that lot so they can get some great home cooked meals opposed to just eating out of
Ugh.
vending machines?
Cartons.
And
Yes.
That's an
you know
excellent
what?
Yes.
idea.
Yeah,
That's an
like it's
excellent
just so many
idea.
different ways that you could potentially make money. So to answer your question, Tia, yep, I'm in the reinventing phase.
I
What's
love it.
next for this
I
company?
love it. Taking it to the next level, girl.
Yes, absolutely. Um, And being an entrepreneur, I also help my son to run his company, which is he is my creator. He is a very creative person, and God's blessed him with a great talent to be able to run his own company. So I act as momager in regards to keeping up with. Chief financial officer for his company, so making sure that all of his business is straight, and if I can help with the bookings and things of that nature. So that's a lot of work.
Okay.
And then friend, God has blessed me to have the circle of same childhood friends that I had from the time I was probably 6 or 7. I still have that same circle of friends. Now, we don't see each other every day. Heck, sometimes we may not see each other for a couple of years. We talk often, but it's like we pick up right where we left off.
Yeah.
So if I don't see one of my friends this year and I see them next year, it's no love
It's
lost, no
okay.
lack. We're just rolling on, and if we need to talk to one another, we're always there to support each other. It's just a blessing to have that exact same circle that you grew up with. Their parents, their children, that person inside and out, as well as them knowing you, and you can rely on them, excuse me, to give you honest feedback, to say, hey girl, that outfit ain't right. What you got on,
Right.
that ain't it because of X, Y, and Z. And you're not gonna even be offended by it because what? That's your girl,
That's
and
your
she
friend.
got your best interest at heart at the end of the day. So
Exactly.
along the way, I've of course picked up a couple of besties as who initially started as co-workers, turned into friends, who turned into good sisters. So I'm thankful for that. Just having those ladies or being added into my life and my friend circle, having the opportunity to travel and share different changes, life experiences with these exact same women. So I know that it's some people that don't have one friend. So for me to be able to have this same group of friends for so long, I am blessed.
Yeah,
And
my
very
grandmother
thankful.
used to tell me that you typically meet your friends when you're younger. It's hard to meet them as you get older, right? Because people have different motives and different reasons and how they rock. But she said,
Yes.
when you do meet them, you'll know.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Mhm.
even if you do start off as, what you think may be a great friendship, it may take a hard left, and it's okay. That's okay. At least you opened yourself up to try and obtain some new friendships. But like you said, Tia, the older that we get, the harder it is to add to that circle.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then my last role, ladies, is an empty nester.
Ah,
Now, this is all new for me because my entire life has revolved around my children. From sports to school to their additional extracurricular activities, everything that they've done since they were brought into this earth, I've been a part of. I was the football team mom. I was the coach's wife slash commissioner for their football league. I was the dang on school teacher when they came home to help with homework. Anything that they've involved themselves in, mom is there to support. It's come to the point to where I've missed out on family funerals because my son had a football game, and there was no way that my baby was going to be out there and not be able to look in that crowd and see his mom. So my focus and dedication to my family has always been number one. And now it's like nobody needs me.
oh,
It's like,
still need
wait.
you. It's just in a different way
In a
and not
different
as
way.
frequently.
Yeah.
I have no activities to go to that I'm already obligated to. I have no teen mom committees or meetings or
Right.
anything. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, girl. So what you gonna do with you now? Or not even what you're gonna do, but who are you?
Right.
Yeah.
Who are you?
You
Like we're
lose your
now.
identity.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I've been their mom for so long, like to the point to where some people don't even know my name. They just be like, oh yeah, that's his mom. That's his mom. I'm
Right.
like, but I
Mm-hmm.
do have
I
a
got a
name.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trying to figure out exactly, what the next chapter of my life looks like is going to be interesting And I'm just looking forward to unraveling it all and figuring it all out.
You're just on that next level, Trina. Now it's all about, like you said, you and your husband, like doing things now and relearning each other. Not even relearning, but now discovering life after kids and who are we together? Who are you by
Who are we?
yourself? And it's it can only go up from here. And your boys, you before you know it, honey, you're gonna be traveling out of town. You guys are gonna be taking vacations with them and
Yeah.
their spouses and their kids. So you got a lot ahead of you, girl. A lot of more living than you.
But look, from your mouth to God's ears here, because I'm like, oh Lord, now everything was always about them. Now what I do? I don't gotta cook today. Don't know, ain't nobody hungry. Like my husband, he's so like low maintenance, and he's a cooker himself, so he'll get up in the kitchen and do something, and I'm like, oh, thanks, babe. But now what we gonna do? Okay, we gonna watch this movie. We gonna go travel here. We gonna go do this, and it's just a process
Oh,
figuring it
that's
all out.
funny. I love it though. I love
Yes,
it.
yes.
You got a lot on your plate. I love it, little entrepreneur, friend, wife, mother. I mean, you got a lot.
child of child of
Child
God,
of
child
God.
of God,
Child of
child of
God.
Yes.
God. First and foremost,
And that's who's going to
Yeah.
help direct you through the rest of it all. That's
and
good.
figure it all out.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
thanks for letting me share, ladies.
absolutely.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
sharing. Tia, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
It doesn't matter.
Or you can go ahead and go next.
Okay, I'll go. Well, I'm one of your co-hosts. I'm Tia. And like Trina, I'm a child of God, first and foremost. The other layers to me is I'm an author of What You Won't Do, Another One Will, and Spice It Up. And think I'm in the process of revamping them both because it's much needed. I'm a boy mom, two wonderful boys, 20 and 15. My 15-year-old is, of course, aspiring to be what? In the NBA, of course. So he's going through his AAU teams and we're trying to just sculpt his career. More importantly, I am a divorcee. And I say that proudly, not shamefully, because the
Absolutely.
19 years that I was married helped mold me into the woman that I have become. So when you hear me talk about relationships, I know a thing or two. I'm going to tell you right now. It is my second marriage, second divorce. One cheated, one was a narcissist, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus because that's not what I'm about in the process. But I am in the process of, I do like sharing with people my adversity because I like to think that a lot of women, we think that we're ashamed to tell our stories and share our stories because we think we're the only one. There are a billion women who have gone through or will go through something in life with their spouse, within their relationship, with their children, with their siblings, or what have you. You're gonna go through something. So when I speak, I am an open book. I like to share some things. Well, you know everything? Probably not, but I'm going to share the majority about me. I'm a sister, a cousin, an aunt. Thank God, not a grandma yet. Child, if
I'm
that
looking
20-year-old
forward
brings
to it.
somebody home, but he better not because I try and give him the right tools. I raise my sons like women raise their girls. They're just as
Yeah,
precious. I want them to be precious and think of themselves. You the prize just like they are. So you don't just
absolutely.
lay with anyone. So that's what life has been about me. Entrepreneur as well. I've had a couple of businesses. And I'm actually barging in on a new one. I'm verging in on a new business, and I'll hopefully share that with you. One of them is I've thought of this since my sons were born, Pearson Prescott, and starting my jewelry line, home care line. My beard balm line with my oldest son right now. And, like you said, Trina, giving them something that they could hopefully take on and starting that generational wealth or what have you will. I'm the second of six children, second to the baby of six children. My brothers and sisters, I have two brothers and three other sisters, and we are a whole ham hock when we all get together. But I'm so excited because I know all the things that lay ahead of me. I just have to I'm in the process of mapping everything out and how to, I've only been divorced for 6 years. And I say only because it seems like a lot of time. I was divorced just before COVID. So a whole lot that was going through that process of divorce, and not sad about divorce. In fact, very happy, because we look at divorce as the ending of something and being something bad if you're in love. However, we don't take God's plan for us as he's opening another door for us. And that's exactly what he did for me. He opened up another door for me to kind of, you know what, do not a do-over, but hey, this is your next level in life. Here's what I need you to do. Here's where I need you to go. And here's how I need you to get there. So giving me that blueprint, and that is great. I work in the health field from home. Love it. It allows me to do exactly what I'm telling you, to be an entrepreneur, to kind of go forth with what it is I have next planned for my life. So I'm very excited about that. I'm single. I plan to date again, but this time I'm going to fall back and wait for God to send that guy to me. I'm not going to search for it, because so often I was trying to get moved. God, I got this, and I'm driving, and I'm going to do my own thing. And I'm like, I know this time I'm going to stop and fall back and let him take the wheel. And who's for me is going to be for me. And when they do, they're going to get a prize. I'm telling you, because I'm prepared now. I'm so prepared for what I want to give. And I'm not spending it on somebody who isn't worth it. So often we chase these men, or we get these men that are not worthy of us. And sometimes we're not worthy of them. But next time, the next guy that God is going to send my way, I am going to be worthy of, and he's going to be worthy of me. He's going to get all this chocolate. This chocolate.
Right.
Yes.
But
yeah, so I'm excited.
What is it that you're doing to prepare for your next relationship? I know you mentioned that God is he's taking the wheel. God is in control. But is there anything that you're doing to prepare for your next Boaz?
Yes. Thank you so much for asking that, Trina. Honey, baby, before I was never a woman about lists. I just desired, right? So now I'm intentionally creating a list of what that looks like. But I'm real to know that I may not get everything on that list. I'm a Taurus. So Taurus know how to work within. We have our deal breakers, but we also know, what, I can work with this and I can work with that. As long as a gentleman is working with me, I can work through pretty much mostly anything. One thing I will not ever tolerate is infidelity. I'm just not going to do it. Or a liar. If you're a liar, you got to go, because you don't have my best interest or whatever it is we're trying to do at heart. So as far as preparation, I'm preparing me. I've grown, like before, when in your 20s and 30s, you just date. You just date. You don't have an idea of, you like the physical look, you like some things, like, I don't like when he talk like that, or you have these quirks, right?
On the left side of his mouth.
Smacking at the table, or drinking soup from the bowl. Those are things you can kind of look past, and that's what your growth teaches you, that when you are you don't sweat the small stuff, because the bigger picture is, can this person take care of me? Should I fall ill? Am I willing to take care of them? Should they fall ill? Those are things, when you reach a certain age level, that have and should come into play, because it's not about vanity anymore. So you have to work with them. So I'm just preparing my body, my spirit, my image, everything. And he's going to have to understand. We run this podcast together. There's levels to me that you're going to have to step up. Just as when you come into my life, I'm gonna step up and play with you. And I'm a very good backbone person. I'm gonna push you to be your best self. May not always feel good, but I'm gonna tell you, at the end, it's gonna look good.
Right. Yeah.
That's so true.
Again, and he's on the way.
He's on the way. He's on the way. He's on the way. And I may have to go to Italy for God to put him in my path. But hey, I'll take an Italian stallion. Not Megan the Stallion, but
if that's where your God turns your steering wheel, baby. Look, I want to go to Italy. I'll go with you.
Let's do a girls trip. We need to do a girls
I'll go with you too.
In a heartbeat.
Do it.
Italy's definitely on my bucket list.
Yes. And do like 2 weeks, so you can go visit like Greece or Spain, a couple of little places. So
see it all. See it all while you're over there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yes.
Tori, what you got? Tell us about
Okay.
you.
Well, like they said, I'm Tori. I am the long-winded one of the bunch, so I'm going to give you a little background on me and try and keep it as simple as I can. But I'm going to let y'all know I'll probably take the long route. I'm just going to say that I was a teen mom. Oh, first of all, I'm an only child. Definitely a child of God. I've been praying. I don't want to say prayer warrior, but a prayerful person since I was 12 years old. I started praying with Trina's mom. I don't know. We started praying together on a situation when she wanted to move Trina, one of my favorite cousins, to California. But it's like, you know what? Let's do what my mom would do, pray about it. So we prayed about that situation, and that's the earliest that I can remember praying. Um, Came from my dad was a deacon. I grew up in church. Yeah. Um, but I'm gonna say that I was not as churchy as my parents were. I tried it out, been there, done that, and I took took the route of a person that wasn't a Christian. I mean, I did it all and tried it all, just trying to find my way in life, and I made a whole lot of mistakes along the way. But like I said, I was a teen mom. But the next year I met a guy and I stayed with him for years. We eventually got married, and I spent most of my life from the time I was 19 until about 40 or 42 I was married. So I gave up a lot of my years to someone else. I always thought that I knew exactly what I wanted in life. So I wasn't one of those people that didn't know what they wanted to do. I kind of had my life planned out in my mind. I always knew I wanted to be in IT. I always knew I wanted to be married. I wanted the house, the dog. I got all of that,
She wanted
but
the big wedding,
big,
and
Yeah.
her
I
name was
wanted the
going to be
big, I wanted the
Victoria.
big, I wanted to, yes, I wanted the big wedding. Let me tell you, I had my wedding dress before I had the man. For real. It's
What?
like, yes, the wedding dress that I had, that I got married in, I saw that wedding dress when I was like 18 years old. And I ended up meeting the man that I married when I was 19 years old, but I saw that dress in a magazine. And then it was like about 10 years later, I saw the dress again and I found out that it was this designer called Demetrios. And I'm like, I'm getting married in that wedding dress. When I say I did, I never even tried
She
on
did.
another dress. I just knew
What?
what I
You
wanted in
knew.
life. I did. And I wouldn't even try on another dress. Luckily it fit me and it looked
Right.
right. But I always knew what I wanted. But I ended up just I don't know, I'm gonna say with marriage, I am a Taurus. I do believe in astrology, and they say that Tauruses tend to put a man up on a pedestal. And I put that
Mm,
man on a pedestal. I put him above everything. And in a
yes.
way, being a child of God, I remember going to a conference and listening to Paula White speak. And I realized what I was doing was I was putting this man ahead of God,
Mhm.
and with
Ooh,
that, that's a no in life.
No,
If you
no.
tried it, people
yes.
abort mission. So with that, the marriage failed. And I believe it failed because, one, we got together early, and with that, I think that we just kind of grew apart. There was a whole lot of infidelity in there. And then I'm not even going to lie, some of the infidelity towards the end, I did it too. I'm just going to be honest. Um, but who I am at the core is a Christian, and
Yes.
I believe in all things. I take everything to God, whether it's even the weather. Y'all know it. If I want
Right.
the weather to change, it's like
Make it a
Jesus,
Jesus.
Anything.
Make it
It's
to
Jesus,
anything.
please,
Jesus.
please
As
change
my
this
mama
weather.
would say, she bugging God again
But
today.
again,
Somebody else want to talk to him.
right?
Get off his
Yeah,
line.
it's like yeah. Like, look, as a person, my aunties they say she worried the hell out of Jesus, but I will, and I
She
did,
will.
and I
And
will
and
to
do.
get
And do. And
It's
do.
and do.
okay, Tori. You got a bunch of
But
conference rooms, honey. Go ahead.
but with that, I believe as a mom, it made me a master manifester. My kids
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
they think I
Yes.
can make anything happen. They call me like, "Mom, I got a headache. Can you pray this headache go away?" And okay, I'm gonna pray, and then it's like an
We gonna
hour
pray.
later, my headache is gone. Or the other thing is over for the past 20 years I've developed a prayer line. One of our best friends decided she was gonna get saved over 20 years ago, and that's
Yes.
Danae. And I'm like, you know what?
Hey, DB.
I'm going with her. And I'm like, I want to make sure that you learn the Bible for yourself and you're not joining some church that's gonna make you, believe what they want you to believe. So we went to Paula White's conference, TD Jakes. We going to these different conferences, and then she wanted to read this book called A Purpose Driven Life. And
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
from there, I read The Purpose Driven Life with her. Look, I'm trying to protect my friend because that's the type of friend that I am. But I end up
Absolutely.
at the end of reading that book, I realized that I needed to start a prayer line. And Trina's on the prayer line, Danae, and a few other ladies where we've been doing this for over 20 years. So that's
Over
who I
20
am as a
years and going strong.
person. And we are going strong. And I think that we'll probably end up doing it till the day we die, just keeping that prayer line going. And
That's
Tia,
right.
we
That's
got
good stuff.
we got you on there to make sure that you get your husband. So that's
Thank
gonna happen.
you. Thank you.
Hmm.
The husband sent
But
by God.
the
Right. There
husband
you
sent
go.
by
There you
Mm-hmm.
God.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. But as far as a mother, I am the mother of two. I'm the mother of two girls. I guess I'm the only girl mom on the line. And
Yes.
I love my girls. They are awesome and amazing. One is 33 and the other one's 20. And I'm dating a guy. We've been together for 5 years. We live together, and he has one son and a daughter. The son is 24, 24. I might be wrong about Miles' age. And then Maddie's 20, so I have another 20-year-old, a bonus 20-year-old, and then Jazz is 34. So it's kind of like we got a little Brady bunch going on. And
Right.
then I have my son-in-law who's amazing as well. So it's a total of, and then he has two granddaughters that are amazing. They are so smart. So it's a total of 10 of us. Me being an only child, I always, like I said, I always knew what I wanted. I wanted a big family. I didn't get the big family when I was married, but after the marriage, I ended up becoming divorced, and we'll have to talk about divorce too.
Mm-hmm.
But with that
Whole nother
being said,
episode.
a
Thank you.
whole nother episode.
Maybe
Jesus.
two.
Yes.
A and
Um,
B.
but I did the online dating thing, and I ended up meeting Derek, the guy that I call my sweetie, the guy that I'm with now, and I ended up getting, I guess, what I want from that too, the big family. So it's I don't think I'll ever be an empty nester. I think I was an empty nester for 2 minutes when Kennedy went off to college. I was thinking I would be an empty nester, but she's home all the time. Maddie moved back in. Miles is moving in, and then I'm sure that I'm going to have some grandkids on the way. So I don't know that I'll
Lucky
ever get to.
you. I'm so jealous.
No,
I don't.
right? They done
I
changed the
don't.
whole definition of
Yeah.
empty nester.
Yeah.
My
And
boys, they like out of here. I gotta beg him, my youngest one, to come home.
yeah.
I'm like, please come see your
Right.
mother.
And you know, I will say this, and my girls know this. I'm always the one to say the wrong thing too. My I always wanted boys. I wanted to have boys when in both pregnancies, but I'm the type of person, I think that I wanted boys because for the men, I wanted to give them a son. But
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God gave me what I needed, which was my
You were
Mm-hmm.
beautiful
supposed to
girl.
have.
And yes, and I cannot imagine having boys now after having girls. It's because they
Hmm.
always say a son is a son till he takes a wife, but a daughter is a daughter for the rest of your life. And
I love it.
I believe
my
that.
girls
I believe.
love
Hmm.
me, and they are some of my best friends, you know. And I don't know that we're gonna ever be far away from each other. So that's okay. I talked about relationships, my relationships. I talked about my kids, that they're amazing. And business. I'm an entrepreneur. I did write a book. God told me to write this book a long time ago, but I dragged my feet. But I did write a book of prayers, and then I also, you can find it on ToriStyles.com, and you can also find it on Amazon. And Trina has the
You
book
know,
of prayers.
mine is over there.
Thank you, cousin. Yes. And then I also wrote a prayer journal to go along with it, because one of the things that I like to do is I believe that prayer is you talking to God, telling him what
Yeah.
you want to do. But what people don't do is meditate. And meditate is you taking that 30 minutes, that quiet time to listen to God, to see what
Mm.
he's going to tell you, because God is normally that still quiet voice that we're normally not listening to.
Yep.
Mm.
And you have to sometimes take that quiet time, and for me it might take like 30 days for me to hear from God. People say they hear from God all the time. I don't know, but he sometimes I
Yeah,
don't
you
know if
like,
they
dang,
right.
what did you say
They be
something
like, God,
special?
right, God
No,
told
he's
me.
whispering
I,
things he need to tell you when he see you taking a left when he told you to go
right,
right. You not
Come
listening.
on,
exactly.
come
Yeah,
on.
but a lot of times I get my best information when I take that 30-minute quiet time, and I tell people to do that in the book. Who I mean in the prayer, in the journal. So but that's who I am as a business person. I do that. I also do crafting, where I make t-shirts. I customize t-shirts and glasses and tumblers and everything for people that want to customize items for their business. And that's the new thing. Oh, and then I'm also, like Trina, a momager. My daughter owns stylistics of events, and I am her momager and her backup for that. So if you're ever in the Atlanta area, you need event plan, we're your girls. You need wedding planning. We love the wedding business, so we will help you make a beautiful grand wedding. We love the grand ones, don't we, Trina?
Yes.
I,
And they do know how to do it. Her daughter just got
right.
married
Mucho
some years
grande.
ago, and
I mean,
she did the darn thing. She
we
did it.
had
Right.
pyro fireworks shooting off as
Right.
they were dancing. I'm like, what is going on?
Smoke,
Absolutely beautiful.
everything. Yeah.
Absolutely
It
So,
beautiful.
belonged in Bride
mm.
magazine, page 17
Oh,
For
for
sure.
real.
it is.
She
It's
was
in
in the
the
magazine.
Atlanta. Oh, she made it to Atlanta's magazine, and she
She
got
did.
3 million likes on YouTube on her wedding. So
Yes.
you
Hmm.
Yes.
can find my daughter on Love Kia Farmer YouTube channel. I gotta shout my
Yep.
baby out.
There you
So
go.
yes. And as far as friends, I am the friend. I'm going to say this about me. For all my life, I've been what the type of friend who I would say I like to be the peacemaker. I like to bring people together. Um, I have a lot of people in my life that can say that we're friends, but as I'm in my 50s, I think I have used friendship too loosely. You
Loosely.
know, that
Hmm.
term
Mm.
too loosely, because for years I could say that I had about 23 friends, and a lot of them I have been friends with for over 20 years. But in my 50s, I am finding that the friendship circle is changing.
It evolves.
Some of them are associates, and other ones are friends. But I like to think that I have been a friend to most. But in my life, I've found that because I've been so open, maybe these people weren't always friends to me. But
And that's okay,
Anyway.
Tori,
mm-hmm,
because what you bring out, I mean, I like to think of you as the friend whisperer because I met so many people through you, and that's not a bad thing. It's just again, we look at something sometimes negative. That's a good thing. You've
Mm-hmm.
made people become friends. In fact, one of the girls, young ladies you've introduced me to, I'm good friends with now, and I adore her
mm-hmm,
immensely because I see what she needs out of life, and she may see what I need. She bought something to me as well.
mm-hmm.
But no, we evolve in our friendships, and I think you've done that very well. And sometimes it's just for that season that you were supposed to have it in, and
That's
Right.
it.
season over,
Mm-hmm.
take
That's
10.
it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
it.
But
Close
and
it up.
but you know what? And ladies, whoever's listening, I'm not bitter about anything that I've done. It's just that sometimes I think that me being an only child, I went out into the world just being open, and I was just trying to bring ladies together because I wanted a big community of friends. Like, let's just all get along. Let's just all be happy.
Peace and
And
butterflies.
yes, peace and butterflies. It was.
Rainbows and unicorns.
Yes. And for years I spent a lot of my life trying to make others happy, and trying to
Hmm.
be there for others. And I'm just in a different season in my life. It's like I'm not gonna say most of them. I guess most of the ladies, we all made it. We are all friends for the most part. We friends with a lot of the ladies that I tried to bring together, but now I'm just at a different space in my life to where I do want this sister circle, but I want to take this next 6 months to focus on my personal growth. I think
Mm, nothing wrong with that.
Amen.
yeah, because sometimes you put so I've invested most of my life into other people, like Trina, trying to make my kids happy, and I think I'll probably do that till the day that I die. I'm not.
Absolutely.
They
That's
mean the
just in
world to
us.
me. Yeah, that's just in
Yep.
us. I can't. And then I'm gonna always be a good friend if I can be, but I know it's some sister out there that can relate to where you haven't taken good care of yourself. You know, I, I was in this program, and they would always say, you got to put the oxygen mask on
Yes, on
yourself
yourself.
before you can put
Hmm.
the oxygen mask on anybody else. And I never
And that's
got that
hard to
when I was
do.
in
That's
there. But
hard.
now I'm taking this next 6 months of my life to try to focus on Tori, what Tori wants. I'm not the empty nester, but I'm trying to be an empty nester in my mind just to focus on myself,
Put yourself
just to,
first. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
I have
I
to
was
put myself first to
very
see
bad
what
at
it
that
is
too.
that I want to be in my 50s.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but
Yeah. But
a
I
lot
mean,
of people want
isn't
to.
that kind of how it should be if you think about it? Because women are the ones that give birth, right? So if we're the ones
Mhm,
giving birth, we're the nurturers. So if we're doing
Yes.
mhm,
anything outside of that, if I'm not pouring into my child, I feel like I'm taking away from my child. So that
mhm,
Yes.
bothers me. So I've always,
mhm,
and until I got divorced, I was mom, wife, sister, daughter, friend,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
niece or whatever. I was everything
mhm.
to everyone else. And that was my wake
But
up
Right.
call
yourself.
within my marriage, that I was so
Yeah.
busy being everything to everyone else that I wasn't Tia. And that's what I think took
Mhm,
me so hard to bounce back. And I'm still bouncing back. And that's okay because now God is using me in a different way.
mhm,
So I get it. I get it, Tori. So now, yeah, concentrate on you and get Tori all the way together, and we should
mhm.
be.
Yes. And Tori, question for you. With your new man, absolutely
Mhm.
love him. He's an awesome man. With him and your new family, how are you getting through the dynamics of making sure that everybody feels loved, and not as if you guys have a stepmom versus stepkid relationship. We know you're not married at this point, but you are bringing them into your family, into your home, and treating them as your own children. So how are you making sure that, there's no ill will or intent, if you will, when they come over to you, that they're welcome or open to talk to you about anything?
Oh, that's a good question. But I think it was. I'm not gonna say it was easy, because whenever you try to bring a blended family together, it is not easy. I know the 20-year-old, she kind of bucked at me in the very beginning, but man, I'll say she gave me hell in the beginning. And she was only 13 when she met me, but I've
Wow.
always been I've been a mom since I was 18 years old, and I've
Yeah.
always been an open and honest person. And she wasn't my first rodeo with a girl. So
I know that's right.
honey, I know how to handle you, okay?
Right.
But
Yes.
You got to get up
she did
5
get
months earlier to handle me.
right. Look, been there, done that. But no, I think with because my sweetie, he was a widower. He was a widower. The oldest daughter told me that I reminded her of her mom, and I like that.
Oh,
And then
that's a
the kids,
compliment.
yeah,
Definitely.
the
Big
kids
compliment.
kind of they clicked immediately, but I
Good.
think that the youngest, the 20-year old, she was my sweetie's baby. And I think
Yes.
she was looking at me like, this woman is trying to take my dad from me, instead of
Okay.
realizing that I was trying to be just come in and be the not I can't you can never replace a mom. My mom passed
Right.
away too. You can never replace a mom, but I was trying to just give her what she needed, because that's what I do. I'm the nurturer, I'm a giver. And at that time I had a successful trucking company, so I had a lot more money. So I was giving her money, giving her things, but I'm looking at what I thought she needed, because she's in a house with her dad and her brother at the time, because her sister's older. And with that, I'm like, hey, she needs things that as a girl. So I'm trying to make sure she has the needs that I feel a girl needs to have, or
Hmm.
whatever. But boy, she was giving me the flux, to the point. I'm gonna say this. One day, it was so bad. I'm like, he went out of town and he asked me to stay with her. I left her there. I left her. I went home and called her grandmother and the auntie. So like, y'all gotta go over there and get her, because I can't touch people, kids now. But
Right.
I
Oh,
ended up
yes, I
having,
can.
but yeah, well
With my
now
right and my left hand. Pow.
well, nowadays you cannot, but in the beginning though, I wasn't being my authentic self to her. But
Okay.
I
Okay.
was trying to be overly nice to
A piece.
compensate,
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
Hmm.
appease. But I ended up telling her, I'm like, you know what? You don't know me as a person. Her
Yeah.
when her I said, I told her dad, you needed to have a conversation with her. But I ended up, I'm like, no, you and I need to have a conversation. I said, because I've always been the type of mom that I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yes.
I'm going to give you the raw truth, but I will give you anything, because
Right.
Danae's mom always, whenever we went places, I would have money, but I never had to spend my own money.
Never.
So never, Deanie never let us spend our own money. She was take
Not
care of
early
everything.
Dean.
So yeah, so I took that same habit. So if I'm taking the kids out, I'm gonna pay for everything. But I don't want you to think that I'm trying to buy you,
By
because I'm
you.
not.
Yes.
Yeah, so I ended up talking to her like, hey, I'm not trying to buy you, but if I got it, you got it. If my kids got it, you have it. I said, you
Absolutely.
can push me away. I said, but you can get a whole lot worse than me out there. You can get somebody
Yes.
that might not want the best for you. I said, but I can tell you, the whole time I'm with your dad, I'm going to treat you like you're my own. and I'm gonna try to make sure that you have the best in life. I said, I've been doing you a disservice because I haven't been my authentic self, because I won't allow bad behavior. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
right. That's
I
right.
don't take that from none of them kids. So from that
No.
on, I'm like, look, I'm just gonna be myself. So now when I started being myself with her, like, look, I ain't taking that crap, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. When I
She
started
can read
talking to
through
her,
it.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, when I started being a better person, I think she she one of my favorite daughters now. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, look, I always tell them, you my favorite when they doing whatever it is. Look, my favorite change every
Don't
other
tell
week.
the others.
Right. That's what I always say.
Look,
I'm like,
you
you
looking
my
around your back
favorite.
like, don't tell your
Right.
sister, but you
Yeah,
my
don't tell
favorite
your
one
sister,
today.
but you my favorite. But when I say we love each other, we hug each other. Man, it's just great to have them.
It's
But
good.
with all things, I put God in it too. It's like,
That's it.
and then even for her, I don't say this to her, but I feel like I'm in her life, because I always look at it like, if I wasn't here, her mom's not here. It's like, I gotta make sure that she's good, because for her mom, not so much for him, but
Right.
I
Yes.
gotta be that woman. I gotta make sure she becomes that woman that her mother would want her to
Want her to
be.
be.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Wow.
That's
That
that's
is
that's how I
major.
that's how I feel. I never met the woman, but if I was gone, I would want somebody in my children's life to
Absolutely.
make sure that they gonna make sure that Kia and Kennedy are
Are
gonna
all
be
right.
make
Mm-hmm.
sure that they're gonna be the best that they can be. And right now, I gotta bring pull out my prayer books, because they are going through these, the college years, and you know how we do during the college years.
You
Oh,
So,
think you're grown. You're your own adult.
hmm
fix it,
yes,
Jesus. Fix
but
it.
I'll
And
be
you're
like,
not. You just
Lord,
have a long leash from home.
yes, it's like, Lord, please put a triple hedge of protection around them, give them wisdom, knowledge, and discernment. Because
And
when I say
discernment.
they tell me a lot, girl, oh, the stuff that
Yes.
they tell me, I mean, I've been through it all, but it's like, oh Lord, not my girls. I don't want them to go through this stuff, but
Yeah,
you got to sit back and watch and pray.
Oh, wow. That's
absolutely.
good
Yeah.
stuff,
Absolutely.
Tori. That's good stuff.
Really good stuff. But I wanted to elaborate. I'm sorry, Tori. Did I cut you off? Were you done with?
No, I'm
Okay.
done. I've talked.
Oh, okay. I know in my introduction I mentioned that I was a daughter, but I didn't elaborate. I gotta
Mhm,
elaborate on my girl. My mom. I too am an only
mhm,
child. So Tori and
mhm.
I, although we're first cousins, my mom and her mom are sisters. We grew up kind of like sisters because we were
Yes.
all only children. We have another cousin who's also an only child. So we all grew up as us three T's, right?
Yeah.
So I had a young teenage mom, and she gave me everything. Like she showed me how to love.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
spoiled the crap out of me, but she would snatch me up and get me together and in
Get you right.
line if
Yeah.
necessary, quick.
Mhm.
Right? Like I had the party house. Everyone would want to come over and hang out at my house.
Yes.
But they know, don't play, because she will snatch all y'all up and then call your mama
Mhm.
and tell her what she did. Um,
Exactly.
Beautiful woman, inside and out. She has poured into me like I can't even. I mean, I don't even know what I would do without this lady. Although she was a
Mhm.
teenage mom, and we're close and not. She was 16 at the time that she had me, so
Mhm.
Oh,
we're really
wow.
only like
Yeah.
16 years apart. We grew up as friends, but with the respect of I'm your mama, don't cross this line. She left
Mhm.
that door open to me to always be able to communicate with her, so that she was my number one opinion whenever I was going through anything.
Mhm.
She is just, my mom is she's just all that. She the favorite auntie,
She is.
she the favorite friend. She's just a
Yeah.
beautiful spirit inside and out, and with a smile that just lights up the globe, man. I
Yes, she
love my mom, and I
Mhm.
does.
just had to say
And
that. So another thing I wanted to say is because I'm an only child, I did have cousins that I grew up with, but I spent a lot of time by myself. Having a strong mother rubbed off on me. So when someone asks me my opinion, I've never been the one to sugarcoat anything. You ask me, Tree, what about ABC? I'm going to give you ABC, the answers to what you asked. And I'm not never going to sugarcoat it, because I feel like I want to always be my authentic self with you or whomever's asking me the question. So I don't want our viewers to think that I'm a hard ass or disrespectful or don't have feelings about other women, because that's not the case. The purpose of our podcast and the reason that we wanted to come together and bring all of our different experiences to the world is because we want to create this safe space, this virtual sister circle, and make you feel comfortable to where you can share with us. But just know, when I'm giving my opinion, it's never to be disrespectful. It's never to call anyone out or point the finger at anyone. It's all in love, but my delivery is my delivery. And I'm not going to change that about me, because that's always been me. Anybody that knows me from when I was a little girl, partying at my mama's house, doing whatever, will tell you she going to say what's on her mind. She ain't going to think about it. She just go, whatever comes to her mind, and if that's how she feeling, she's going to say it. So please know, it's never to be disrespectful to anyone. For all of the ladies that's in the PCB, our Pearl Clinching Brigade, get prepared. You may have to clinch on it a little bit every once in a while, but just know it's all out of love, and it's my opinion, because at the same time, that's what this platform is about. Sharing one another's stories, experiences, and opinions. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a I'm not any of that. I'm just here having great conversations with my girls. That's it. So I don't want anybody to be offended by my delivery. Just know that's me. And baby, I'm 51. I think this is gonna always be me. I don't think that that's gonna change.
You earned it. Exactly. You earned
know
it.
that I'll throw, whatever scenarios they may be going through, if we haven't already explained, or they can relate to our story, that this is a safe place for them. And just trying to be a beacon of light to anybody who may be in the dark right now, who may be friendless, who may not have anyone to throw their situations out to. So that's what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that they understand as we grow, that they understand each and every one of our personalities and know what to expect. Like, hey, this is her delivery. That's just her. She's not being disrespectful. She's just being our sister right now. She's being that sister that's like, hey, we're not doing that. So do you guys have any show goals that you are looking to accomplish as we grow?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add this. While we want to be able to help you and provide you that safe space, also remember, we're not here to give you the perfect response with respect to what you want to hear. Like I said, my true girlfriends are going to give it to me. Tori has given it to me real a couple of times. But with that being said, we do want to provide you a safe space, but don't let your takeaway be like, oh, they said this and they should have said it that way, or, oh, they said this. Because again, true friends to you, true women to you and your circle should keep it real. So my goal is to always deliver to you truth and honesty. And if that hurts, that means, and I always tell my son this, like, the minute you feel uncomfortable and just unrest, you are growing. So when something stings you like that, if it hurts you or whatever, don't let your takeaway be like, they wrong, they said this the wrong way. Let your takeaway be like, how was I accountable? What can I do different to be that better woman that I'm striving to be? That's it. That's all. And that's what I really want to bring to our viewers and our listeners, that, hey, everybody's not out here your friend, and they will. And that's the unfortunate part. People who don't want to see you do better will lie to you. They'll tell you, "No, you ain't got no tissue on your shoe," knowing you darn well do. They will let you live and walk out here and look crazy. I'm gonna tell you right now, us three, we're not that. We're not that. That's not us.
Absolutely.
So, when you're ready for the truth, come to I'm Here For It podcast.
Yeah.
Tell them,
And with
Tia. Let them know.
Right. We're not doing that.
But ladies, I guess my goal is to increase our sisterhood over the next 6 months, and I've been wanting to tell ladies to put the topics that you want us to talk about down in the comments, and
Yes.
I want this show to grow, but I want you guys to see us grow, and I hope to cultivate a sisterhood where we can see women growing from the topics that we're sharing and the responses that we
Absolutely.
give. But we are
Love you
go,
all, but I'm gonna be
Right.
me.
Let me piggyback off of that for a second. Please, please,
me
and
too.
please.
Go
We
ahead,
are not
Tia.
here to sugarcoat. And I'm going to tell you about me now. I'm not
Yeah.
a person, you can be honest with me, and I'm either take it or I'm not going to take it. It's going to hurt my feelings
That's
or
it.
it's not going to hurt my feelings. My
That's it.
true girlfriends, no. Tia, I'm not going to say that. But they know that
I
you
read your mind.
real
I read your
with
mind.
me.
Mm-hmm.
You can be real with me. As if anything, we're not our worth weight in gold if we are not giving you what our honest view is on something.
Absolutely.
We really are not.
Absolutely.
And now we're becoming scripted if we do that. So no, you
Mm-hmm.
just have to, women, we have to grow up and we have to learn and we have to evolve to learn how to handle the truth with grace. That's all it is.
With
And if it
grace.
stings you a little, you're probably guilty a little or a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and that's, that's okay. But we all are set here on this earth to make eras and live our lives, right? And it's not until as you start, you've lived life, you grow older and you start learning how to
Mm-hmm.
live past it. But that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, you're gonna get truth and honesty from us, whether you like it or
Yeah.
not.
And
Yes.
the other thing I wanted to say about that is out of all of us, I would say that I will take the softer approach a lot of times. I might go, yeah,
That's her.
well, maybe
She's
That's
always
that's
been
me.
like that.
peace for you.
I'm
She's
gonna
always
do
been
that.
like that.
But I've always been like that. But at the end of the day, I've never been a good liar. So it's going to just bother me if I can't tell you the truth. So, but I think that that's how I've had friendships for 20 over 40 years, 50,
Yes.
45
Absolutely.
years,
Being honest.
because really if you are a real friend to a person, you got to tell them the truth, and people tend to come to you if when they want the truth. And the
Yes.
world out there is going to tell you all the lies that you want to hear. And the world has you thinking that you can't say this, you can't say that. People are starving for the truth. And if you want the truth,
Yes.
this is the platform where you're going to get it. And
Please
we
believe
are
it.
telling you about ourselves today because my mom used to say, there's nothing new under the sun, and
Yes.
there's really not. It's nothing that you aren't going through that one of us haven't gone through. We might not have told it, but we probably gone through it. And a lot of times my mom always used to say, never say never. I would say, oh, I never do that. I'll never do this.
Mhm.
Everything I said I would never do, I have done. So
Come on,
when I
somebody.
tell you whatever I have to say, I probably did it. Shame on me, but I probably done more than these ladies on the line that because I'm out there trying stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. But that makes us I mean, in your 50s, I would say that gives us, I feel like I'm an expert on on fucking up because I've done a
You better
whole
get
lot
it,
of,
expert.
I can't say, sorry, effing up, but I made a lot of mistakes out here, and with that, we are coming to you in love and we probably done it, but if you tell us, we are gonna give you the truth. And that's the thing, a
That's
lot of
it.
people aren't telling the truth out here. They talking
Right.
behind your back. I'm gonna say it to your
Yes.
face, but I will say, maybe you shouldn't have done it like that,
And it'll be like,
but
you
you
trifling for doing that,
Right.
girl.
that
You
way.
did.
And then
So
Tia
You know,
more like
I'm
that.
gonna chime in and tell you too. I'm
thank you.
sorry.
It's a
Yeah,
balance.
right.
It's a
It's
balance.
a
Like it's a
balance.
balance. Like
You
Exactly.
cannot
Yeah.
get through this world thinking it's okay
Mm-mm.
to do half the ish that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good because everybody should experiment until you've grown and know better. And when you're grown and if
Yeah.
you're still doing that behavior, let me just
Yeah.
introduce you. Karma is coming for you. It's
You're
that
right.
simple. It's
Mm-hmm.
that simple.
Yeah.
she ain't nice. Karma ain't nice at all, but she'll hit you hard.
Hard.
Well, ladies, what are you guys thinking that some of the goals are for this show? Like, say for example, I piggybacking off of what we just said, my goal would be just continue to be transparent and keep it real with our listeners, letting them know that this is a safe place and that they can.
We are, like Trina was saying before we got started, that we are tired of that fake
friends.
Not fake friends, but the whole fake social media, where
everything's perfect and everything's spotless.
Girl, my life ain't perfect. Tia's life isn't perfect. Trina's life isn't perfect. And ladies, your life is not perfect either. Even we're in our 50s and our lives aren't perfect.
They're not supposed to be.
Yeah, we're still working. We're working on making our lives better. And over the next 6 months, I'm hoping we talk about topics. I'm hoping that make women grow, and I hope we get listeners that we can grow to love and get to know when, eventually when we go live and things of that nature. So those are my short-term goals for the show. And so subscribers, let us know what you want to hear out there. What do you want us to talk about? And please, even with these, my segment Behind the Makeup is the listeners letter segment. Yeah, we might beat up on you a little bit if you need it, but we will be nice to you as well. We want to see you grow, but that's really what I have to say for the first 6 months. That's
good. That's good.
Okay. Yeah. Great goals for the show. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I think we covered a lot today, and hopefully our viewers and listeners will walk away learning about each of us and what we bring. And, they're going to like Trina because she's crazy, and Tori because she keeps it real, and Tia just a little bit over bubbly or whatever. But I think we had a wonderful conversation and giving some insight to who we are as women and what we want for women, because I do think we're all true women pioneers where we want to see each one do great. Wouldn't you all agree?
Yeah,
absolutely. 1000%.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So Tori, take us on out of here.
Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of I'm Here For It podcast. You can find us on all the audio platforms like Spotify. You can find us on iHeart now and several more. I'm not going to go through all of us, but you can find us out there. You can find us on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram as well. Please like and subscribe to our channel. And once again, ladies, we love you, and I'm here for it.
We are here for it. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank
Everybody
you.
have a great one. Thank you.